Hello, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. You are now entering Season 2 of the Swan Hockey Podcast. Swan Hockey is flying around the junior hockey world one episode at a time. You'll experience things dreams are made of, as well as things of terrible nightmares. Strap in, hold on, and enjoy the ride. And now, Swan Hockey.
That's sick. It's crazy that we're at the end of the summer already, like that this season's going to be here before we know it. And what's this summer been like for you, like in terms of all the training in New Jersey, New York, Tampa? You were out in Texas the other day.
From like, if you mean my schedule personally, it's all over the place. I'll do typically, I would say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from roughly 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. On the ice in Brick, then usually Staten Island and or Middletown in the afternoon. Ski Tuesday, Thursday too, with some of the older pro guys. And then it's just been really all over the place. But most mornings I would say, I'm on the ice at some point, and then it kind of starts the day from there. Middle of the day, hit the gym or something, and then back at it in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm happy we're doing this because, like, as you know, we talk about it all the time. Like, I think that training is obviously so important to all these players trying to make their way up. And for a lot of the players, especially in that junior and maybe some of the, older levels of youth, I think it's very, very much overlooked. Like they're just running over, to all these different camps and combines and showcases. It's like, hey, you going to get better at hockey this summer? Or are you just going to keep doing, like, you're just going to run around all over the place, right? If you're not getting better, why would you move up a level? It doesn't even make any sense. So, I mean, I'm glad that we're having this conversation, and it's because obviously you have Swain's hockey skills that's been around for, a long time now. You were just part of opening up Elev802 Tampa down in Florida, and now you just opened up Swain's hockey lab in Staten Island, New York.
Yeah, for sure. The facilities are definitely a cool part of it. Got involved in Tampa a couple of years ago. We just really opened, I guess the real date was June 5th. So it's been about 2 months. Took over there's a building with a place called Off Ice Hockey in it, Staten Island. Took it over, rebranded it to Swain's Hockey Lab. Going to make some changes in there pretty soon, I think, that, we're not really telling people about yet, but I think it'll be pretty exciting. Yeah, I mean, you and I, we talk about it daily on, what people are doing and kids and junior camps and all this other stuff. And there's a time and a place for all of it, but like the training aspect is really what everyone should be doing, honestly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, not advocating for myself or what we do. It's just in general, like I always tell people, pick somebody that you like or multiple people that you like and trust, and, you know that they do a good job, and you just got to train. And there's no like trade-off for hard work. Like, you don't need a fancy gym. You don't necessarily, have to be on the ice to accomplish all your goals. Obviously, getting on the ice is really important, but a lot of the stuff, getting faster, stronger, whatever, all you just need is a pair of sneakers and some grass, honestly, if you really want to get into it. And you gotta have to want to do it. Like that stuff, there's no escaping it. Like, it's just you versus you. It's cliche or whatever, but it's what you have to do.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah, it's the biggest advancements for me as a player. I mean, this is 10 years ago now or so. It's just nuts to even say, but for myself, like, yeah, you got better on the ice and you felt the puck a little differently and your skating improved or whatever, but the strength and the quickness was all off the ice. All off the ice.
Oh, and, yeah, so much of it. Like it's crazy, because I remember same thing as a player. Like, you do, like, how quick some of it would translate to on ice. Like, you would feel so much better quickly.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. That stuff happens fast, in my opinion. Like the off ice stuff, you get into a little bit of a rhythm and you can go at it. You don't necessarily have to kill yourself for the first week or 2 weeks or whatever you want to build the base, but like you said, it happens quickly. Like you feel so much better fast from how mobile you are, from how quick you're moving.
Oh, I'm losing you. Can you hear me?
I must have. Did I cut out?
Yeah. Yeah, you said how quick.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
I just think, and obviously, I'm not like a personal trainer. I don't really work out with guys off the ice. It's everything's on the ice. We do some of it in the hockey lab now in Staten Island, where we're training guys off the ice. And to be quite honest with you, most people, whether it's a kid just starting out or somebody who, let's say, is a fringe, like tier 3 junior player, or maybe ACHA college. And I don't mean to just generalize, but I guess what I'm getting at is most of the players, they don't really want to do the hard work. They don't want to do it. Like they say they want to do it, but the kids who are getting cut from these camps that you bust balls about all the time, like at the end of the day, like they know what they did and what they didn't do. And the only person who knows that is the individual.
Yeah, like, absolutely.
Like you have to train. Like it's just what it is.
Yeah, and most guys don't know. I don't even think they know how to train. I don't think they know what training really is. I think there's a lot of guys. Like I think there's a few categories of guys. You have guys that really don't do much of anything at all training wise. They just don't get it. They don't think they have to do it. They don't want to do it. Then you have other guys that are kind of committed, like base level committed, but they really don't do any of the right things. They're just uneducated. They kind of have the will to do it, but they don't really know what to do. And then I think it's a very small majority that's actually sitting there doing all the right things and committed to doing it. It's probably a lot less people in that top group than people believe, especially like, self-reflection's hard. Like a lot of people, they say, I trained, but they really don't.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a time and a place for everything. Like, I don't think, I don't think there's a cookie cutter model, but there's no, like, you can't really compare just buckling down and going to work. Like there's a lot to be said for that. Again, you don't need a fancy gym. You don't necessarily have to be on the ice. Like there's a lot of things you can accomplish with really, like I said, just a pair of sneakers and like some space in the grass or a field or whatever.
It's time for the Season Pass Point Unlock code for Episode 11. The Episode 11 Point Unlock code is ACTION. Enter the code at www.swanhockey.io to receive your points. Season Pass is free to join. To join or to learn more, visit Swan Hockey Digital at www.swanhockey.io. And now, back to the show.
The on-ice stuff is a little bit different because obviously, it's more fun in general. Guys want to do it. Everyone wants to be on the ice. I think there's tremendous value in that, and it's definitely necessary, but I think it changes, one, how old you are, what level you're playing at, and two, like, what you really need to be focusing on. Like, there's a big difference, I feel like, from just going out and skating and, go through a bunch of cones and a couple bridges, make your toe drags or whatever, versus, hey, I really can't pick the puck up on my backhand like I want to, or I can't get the puck off the wall like I want to. Can we work on that? Can we talk about it? Like doing stuff like that, you don't need any fancy, devices or anything. You just need a pile of pucks and, again, just go to work. It's like simple stupid. No one really wants to do it, but how many times in a game, really any position, are you going to try to pick the puck up off the wall versus toe drag somebody and go in, make a highlight reel play? Like, the smaller things are really what matters. And again, you can get into, you're not going to train a pro guy the same way you're going to train a 12-year-old, obviously. But, sometimes people see all this stuff on Instagram, which is great and it looks cool. And again, there's a time and a place for some of the stuff, but it's not what you need to be doing every single day, every single time you're on the ice.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Like, people see the glitz and the glamour, and that's the unfortunate part too, is like sometimes parents are like, oh, those lessons are too basic for my kid. Where it's like, no. Those lessons are perfect for your kid. They want to see all the stuff that creates the illusion of high-end lesson or a complex clinic or whatever, where really it's the simple things that make the biggest difference. And it's the simple things that most players struggle with the most. I mean, a couple points to what you just said, going back to the beginning, you got to become the best athlete that you can. And then you apply that to hockey. Like, everybody only wants to work on the hockey player part, but it's like, hey, a hockey player is an athlete. You got to become a high-end athlete. And then that's going to translate to hockey, because that's the sport you're playing. If you decided to stop and go play football, it's going to start translating to football, but the base is the same. You got to become the best athlete you can. And then obviously there's different athletic abilities that are, more geared towards certain sports, but you got to become the best athlete you can. And then, the hockey part is like the top layer. It's not the base. It's the top layer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everyone, especially with kids these days and youth hockey, and I guess it really applies to junior as well when you talk about the camps. Like, there's a million showcase tournaments that, really, if you wanted to go away every weekend, you could. There's a ton of them, and some of them are better than others. Some of them are super high end. Some of them are not. Some of them, you get a ton of stuff to do. Some of them are more of an experience, but regardless, and like, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking bad about any of these things. 'Cause again, I think there's a time and a place. But if you travel, and this is something that we talk about, especially with the junior guys, if you're traveling every weekend as like an adult, imagine like how the kid feels after leaving on Thursday or Friday, going in the car, going on a plane, eating out every day, sleeping in a hotel, playing 4, 5, 6 games every weekend, and then getting back in the car Sunday night or on the plane home for Monday. Even in the summer, you don't even have to go to school, but think of the toll that it takes on your body. You're not going to train on Monday probably. You might ease into it on Tuesday. You might hit it hard Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but then you're going to go back on the road for what?
100%.
All the parents are chasing and AAA and elite, and I just don't get it. I don't understand it. And think about, if you're the adult, if you're the parent, I'm sure you don't feel great after a week or half a week of driving, getting on a plane, going out with the rest of the parents, waking up, taking Johnny to the rink, and then you got to go to work on Monday. So you probably feel terrible or not great, let's say. And then imagine how the kid feels after really doing the same exact thing, except adding hockey into it.
Right, exactly.
Like, you can't train when you're gassed. Like, you obviously need to take some time to rest, but then again, like, what are we doing?
Right. And
just spending your tires or
yeah,
what?
And it's not even just adding hockey into it. A lot of times you're fully exhausting yourself. You're playing like 5 games in 3 days. Like, you're just way too much hockey to begin with. And that's one thing that people don't realize. Yeah, you're gone for traveling Thursday, doing a tryout camp or whatever, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, completely exhausting yourself, getting home late Sunday night, probably skipping training on Monday. Then you're, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Let's say you're not doing a camp every week. Let's say now you're Friday. Okay, weekend's off. Now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now you're traveling again on Thursday to next week if you're going to another camp. So that's what people don't understand. You're never hitting that consistent building block stage of training and development, and consistency is so important with anything in life. It almost doesn't matter. You could have the best training in the world. If you're not doing it consistently, it might not make a difference. It might not matter, right? So that's another thing, like where people, hey, you're saying the right things. Yeah, you're working your ass off. You're working hard. You're doing this, but you're being stupid about it. And you're not hitting that consistent training. So therefore, that's why you're falling short.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, listen, this time of year, what is it? It's August 8th or 9th, whatever today is. This is the best time to be in the business that I'm in. Because everybody's like, hey, can I get on the ice? Can I get on the ice? I got to train. I got camp. I got this. And I'm like, obviously, yeah, let's go. Let's get on the ice. But what have you been doing for 2 or 3 months? Like, you're not just going to get it back in, a couple weeks. And again, there's levels to it, right? Because I deal with, I don't know, squirt B kids and people that are just getting into it. And then everything in between up to guys who are going back to play pro this year. So again, it's different. And I guess that comment is really based on, younger kids or kids at lower levels and even some older AAA kids. Like, what do you really think is going to happen? Do you think you're just going to come on the ice for 2 hours and feel good at camp in 2 weeks? Like,
yeah,
just apply that thought process to anything else. Getting stronger in the gym, your math test.
Yeah.
Like, it just, it doesn't work.
Yeah. I just missed 6 months of math class. We have an exam in 2 weeks. Hey, can you tell me what I missed? Like, what?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And I get it. Like, it's hard and it can be expensive skating and all that stuff. But like, you just got to be consistent. Consistency is the biggest thing. And I'm not even talking bad about the tournaments and going around. And you want to have, like, what I tell people is this: if you go away somewhere, just make it a vacation. Make it like an event for your family or with your son or daughter or whatever, so you can make the most out of the experience. Don't be like, oh my gosh, Saturday we have 3 games, Sunday 2 games. Like, this shouldn't be like Game 7 Stanley Cup in July. Like, it just doesn't even matter. Like, just go have fun. Make sure, you take the hockey seriously and stuff. I'm not saying don't take it seriously, but do more than just sit in the hotel and go to the rink, because even some of the most prestigious summer events, like, I don't know. I don't really think it's how it used to be. Like,
no,
I don't think anyone's
a lot
really
of them are going downhill. I think because everything's getting oversaturated, right? Like, there's so many summer teams now, so many tournaments, so many skill instructors.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Swan Hockey Podcast. We remind you that season pass points are available to listeners. For more information, please visit www.swanhockey.io. Until next time.